Oh my God, you guys. It is so cold. Look at the frost on the windows. Or, condensation. Because I didn't leave the heat on. Whew. It's a chilly one. Good morning. Today I'm off to take care of a new challenge, and that is trying to not only work remotely, but I've reserved a space at a co-working space. I have no idea how it's going to work out. Um, I'm going in blind, just doing an internet search for places that you can work. They'll have internet and desks to use, and that. Um, there's a couple options. I'm trying the one today by the train station. Hopefully, it works out. Always an adventure, right?
Bonjour, mes amis. Welcome to Avignon in Provence, France. Um, today was a bit, today's day 7. This is a full week that I've been here. And it's been a bit of a rest week. I think I'm starting to have that pattern where after a week I need a rest. Um, so disappointingly, I have no fancy pictures today. I have no cool places I visited. Um, I didn't even really cook anything fancy. I mean, not really. I am using up the olive oil, the French olive oil, and I've tried all 3 of them now. Very good. Um, but yeah, a rest day. I think my body was telling me that's enough. You know, yesterday this will be impressive to some people, and other people will just be not impressed at all. But yesterday, you know, um, I stepped over 30,000 steps, which since I've been wearing this Fitbit, the 30,000 mark is usually like a busy day. Maybe not as impressive as I make it out to be, but I know when I see the 30,000, it feels okay that my feet are sore, you know? Um, and yeah, it's just one of those things, right? Like when you're excited and you want to do something, like see all of Arles, it's a lot easier, you know. But uh, today was kind of an interesting adventure from a different perspective because I wanted to experiment. I had to do a big shift at work, or a long shift at work, and I, I'm still having the internet problems with this place. As you can see, it's such a charming place. I love these windows, and like sitting here working is really cool, except for the frustration with the internet. So I figured for this shift, I should go find one of those co-working places. So today was going to be about, you know, experimenting, checking out the co-working place. But the problem was, first of all, I couldn't find it. Turns out it's just basically the lobby in a hotel, um, like inside, like not, like the outside lobby or whatever. It's nice inside. There's some comfy seating, some like not exactly work tables, but like, um, pretty good. Uh, you can sit, you can have a coffee. Um, there were menus about, but I was told later that they didn't do lunch. Um, and I was the only one there. Um, and I don't know that it's a dedicated working space. Like I saw like an organ and at some point like those shakers and bongos, um, and a guitar around the corner. So like I think it's kind of a fun zone, um, and to hang out for guests and stuff. But I did find it on this like work site, this work remote work site. And you had to sign up and make an appointment and all that. And when I got there, they really didn't, you know, I think they just kind of like sign up. But the worst part, like, don't get me wrong, this is not a complaint. Like, I worked there, the internet was fantastic. I actually wound up like uploading, like doing my backups, and work was no problem. And thankfully, they didn't actually need me to, you know, download or upload anything today. But you know, had to be had to be careful. Um, and so yeah, the work environment was great, you know, and especially the fact that I was all alone there. Um, so I'm not complaining. Everything worked out. In fact, it worked out a little too well because they didn't ask me for any money, which I thought, you know, oh, okay, so you know, the idea is you buy a few coffees, you know, you overpay for water, that kind of thing. Um, but I bought a coffee and a Perrier for like €5, which is, you know, pricey, but not really. You know, that'd be about 750 Canadian. So, you know, um, on the expensive side, but not ridiculous. Um, but the second time I got a coffee, they just gave it to me for free because they couldn't be bothered. They were busy doing other stuff like cleaning up and that, and they just kind of like, yeah, yeah, here. Um, and I kept saying, like, is it okay? I'm here and all that. So it was just kind of strange. And then at some point, like, um, the staff were like just having lunch, and I felt I felt bad that I like wasn't contributing anything, and they were fine with it. And I even reminded them. I said, like, I was planning on being here for like, you know, good 6 hours. Like, is that going to be okay? And they're like, yeah, fine, yeah, do whatever you need to. It was a little weird. Um, and I don't take very well to that. So I don't think I'll go back because I don't really know the deal. Like, you know, because it's one of those things. Like, this is gonna sound silly. People who know me are gonna roll their eyes. But like, in order to get into the washroom, you needed like them to open it for you. And she gave me this little key. She told me, "Oh, just hold on to this while you're here." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I used the washroom. A few hours later, after a couple of coffees and a Perrier, needed to use it again, but the key didn't work. And there was no way I was going to ask them. Like, they were busy doing stuff, and there was no way I was going to ask them to you know, get the key or repair it or whatever. And like, you know, had I paid something for this, um, you know, using the internet and the space and everything, I mean, at least then I would have felt like I could say something. But now it just feels like they're doing me this favor. So I didn't bother. And the worst part is that I really had to go. So once I packed up, you know, once I was done and everything, I was like, oh, I'll just run over to the train station, no problem, you know. Um, but the train station doesn't have washrooms. I mean, they have a sign, um, confusing sign telling me it's that way, and I went as far that way as possible, and it just wasn't. There wasn't one. So I don't know what they were talking about. But worse is like I really got to go now, and I've been walking around this train station, wasting a lot more time. And so on my way back to the apartment, I figured, okay, well, you know, I'll just make it to the apartment. But I did have to pick up a couple of supplies, like some garbage bags and some, you know, toilet paper and paper towels and that. And I'm walking around the store like agitated because I have to go to the washroom, and and I couldn't find anything. Right, and it's one of those vicious circle things. Right, the more you're trying to rush, the more you're like walking right past the garbage bags 3 times. And I paid, and I like, you know, I forgot my bag, so I had to pull it out, and you know, I'm packing up, and there was a security guard, and he like wound up following me around the store a little bit, and I don't know whether he was just doing that or whether he was doing it because I was like agitated, like, where are the garbage bags? Where are the garbage bags? You know, and he even followed me like up. like the stores in like a basement kind of thing. So, you know, uh, it's like okay, whatever. And I finally got back to the apartment and everything was fine. But it was just one of those things, right? Like, yeah. So I don't know. Like I don't know the deal. Like I want to go back, if I have another um, a situation where I needed to upload things because right now like me waiting all night for something to upload, um, it's just crazy. But I don't. I'm gonna find another place. Not because it wasn't a great experience. It was cheap, obviously, and you know everything worked out. People were very friendly, but I don't get it. Like I just don't like my mind can't comprehend the idea that this hotel will just like let me sit in its lobby area and use its internet for no, no money. Um, like, am I welcome, or did I get there and they went, oh yeah, I guess we're advertised there, so yeah, just here. So I worry about too much, but I won't be comfortable there, you know. Like I just want to pay them. Like even if I would have just like had the employees like scammed me, that would have been better, you know, and said, oh yeah, yeah, you could stay here for $10, You're like, yeah, here's $10. Now give me that card for the washroom, please, so they don't think I'm stealing stuff at the grocery store. So anyway, that was my day. The other part of the day was, and the reason why I'm filming inside is that there's uh, it's it's the temperature adjusted for humidity and wind is at zero, which isn't bad. Like I could walk around at zero temperature, but the winds are gusting, or no, the winds are steady at about 52 kilometers, gusting at 96 kilometers an hour, and yeah, it's just not pleasant out there. Um, and filming anything is just going to be, you know, it's just not going to work. I mean, the microphone's okay, and I thought that the microphone handled the wind yesterday pretty good, but I'm not going to test that. The other footage that I have from today just isn't, like it's very loud, like you know. Um, so and you can't hear it, but like it's whipping through the back windows there, and whistling sometimes, which is kind of fun when I'm sitting here. But I think the other side of it is that this has really worked out, like because I didn't really feel like doing anything today, um, and obviously once I got back after doing something, um, I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna cook myself a nice little meal, nothing fancy, and I'm gonna catch up on a few things, and that's that. Do my video inside like a weirdo. Um, but yeah, that's the great thing about staying somewhere long term, is that these days, like if I was only here a week, I would be feeling like agitated, like I need to go see stuff and I need to, but there's tomorrow and there's the next day and the next, 21 days. So it's really not that big a deal. I don't feel too guilty skipping out on today and any activity. I am going to go for a walk probably after I finish filming this. Got to get my 10,000 steps minimum. I like to do at the very least, but I also like to I like to walk, and it's pretty, especially at night. It's going to be cold, so I'm not going to walk around the city for too long. But I would like to check it out a little bit, and maybe I'll share some of that footage with you, um, or maybe I'll just edit this real quick and go to bed early. So that is day 7 in Avignon. the rest day. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope your weather is better than mine. Although I'm told it's not back where I live. It's kind of icy and snowy. So again, I appreciate the fact that my little complaints about my weather aren't that big a deal, um, in relative terms. So, and I'm not complaining. I mean, it's all good. There's no snow. There's no freezing temperature, and I can stay inside if I want. So, Anyway, I'm rambling. This was supposed to be a short video. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I hope you're resting. But many more adventures starting back again tomorrow. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. I really, really appreciate that. I got some new subscribers recently. Thank you very much for coming along these adventures. And I will see you tomorrow. So, à demain. Bonne nuit. Good night, everyone.